Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name is Bobby Waldron, and in this video we're going to be having an in-box review of Airfix's brand spanking new tool. It is the Junkers Ju87B-1 Stuka in 1/48 scale. This does look like a nice new exciting kit from Airfix, just released this year 2017. So let's just open up the box. It's got, as you can see, some nice box art on there. Just open up, and then if we look inside, what we have got one big bag with everything in there, and we've got some decals and instructions. The decals are by Cartograph, so we know we've got some a good company behind these decals. We'll bring you in nice and quickly, and what we've got is, we can see we've got sort of like matte decals. Feeling of a nice thickness. The writing is nice and crisp, even though it's small. Colours in registry. Colours look just right and nice. We've got some instrument display panels and dials and stuff just here. So we probably might not have any detail on the actual plastic side of it, but we will see. Looking at the instructions, you've got the usual nice bit of information about the aircraft, and looking at it, it looks like we're going to have two different options of actually having the engine cowls off or on, which is a nice option to go there. Starting off with sort of like a bit of the framework of the aircraft, even the wing framework of the aircraft as well, which is interesting. Moving along with the cockpit. And the cockpit is looking, pretty good. Looks like we've got lots of detail coming along with side wall bits and everything, which is also quite good. We've got this sort of placing this into the fuselage section, a little maybe unusual, but hopefully it should fit rather nicely. Just skimming through, it looks like it could be a little bit of a slightly complex build than normal. I mean, you can sort of see this whole sort of skeletal structure and gluing the bits to it and stuff. Maybe, let's just hope this fits rather well. Top wing section comes down. Looks like we can have all your kind of flaps, slats, ailerons and stuff, hopefully moving, or at least most of them. Looks like we're going to have a really cool engine with this as well. Looks like there's lots of pieces to give us lots of detail. And moving along, we're looking good. Hopefully, as you can see, we've got some flaps at the back here, which look like they can be in different places as well. Looks like we've got some bombs to go with it, moving canopies as well, MGs. Looks like this is going to be nicely fully loaded. And then looks like we have two different types of markings here, as you can see. Yep, just two different types of markings. Rather nice. So actually, the instructions look quite interesting. So let's take a look, at exactly what we get in the bag. So let's just open this up, right, and let's just pour out all of this. Now, as you can see, it's in one big bag, so hopefully we haven't had any sort of major scratching or scuffing of the surface. I've just found looks like one of the pieces has come off, so do check your bags. Let's start off. We've got right here, we've got some engine stuff going on here. If we bring you right in, hopefully you can see the engine cowl is showing some nice crisp recessed panel lines, maybe a little bit out of scale, but we'll see the surface detail of the rest of the model in a bit. We've got some recessed rivets which are looking quite cool. We've got some grills just here. Look like they've got some nice detail. looking rather nice. Ejector pin marks, you do have ejector pin marks on the inside of the engine cowl, so maybe a problem if you want to display them next to it. We've got some propeller here, we've got some engine detail, engine exhausts. Yeah, I'm not really seeing any sort of nasty flash with this kit. But yeah, it looks like we've got little bags of engine detail on here with all sorts of raised and recessed areas. We've got some more engine detail with another type of propeller, more engine cowl just here, which there is a slight, I mean, just with this recess panel line just here, as it flat goes over to that 90-degree angle, some models get, quite a few models get actually, you do get a slight bit of a fading of the recess panel line slightly on there, but not such a big deal. P-cutter should sort that out nicely. More engine detail, hopefully, as you can see there. And if we flip this over, ejector pin marks, oh yeah, we do seem to have them on this engine part here, but I'm guessing they're not going to be visible, so I think we're going to be okay with those ejector pin marks just in there, just there. Let's bring out some actual surface detail just here, which hopefully you can nicely see is really nice and crisp and very smart and sharp. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling, you know, maybe the scale, it's almost just in scale. We've got some nice rivets to go with it, which is quite unusual actually, because Airfix, they do seem to tend to leave out those recess rivets, whereas this one is nicely packed out with them rivets. We've got all sorts of lovely bombs going on here with this one as well. A few bits of detail as well, some fuel tanks, the bottom part of our aircraft as well. Again, lovely recessed panel lines, recessed rivets, a few little bits here and there. We've got the top wing section. Again, same level of absolutely lovely detail. It really is nice to see that Airfix is putting these recessed rivets in there, because it really was something they were lacking, and they've really sort of nailed it with this kit. We've got our wheels here, which are like 2 halves, so you're going to probably have to sand and get them seamless, which then you probably maybe sort of get rid of some of these tread marks on there. Bit of a shame, but I mean, you put some work into it, should be all right. We've got some raised panel lines here, which possibly is like an accurate thing, which is potentially cool. Then we have ejector pin marks are looking good there. Then we've got our fuselage section now, which if we just have a quick look, again, same lovely level of surface detail all the way along there on both sides. And then we've got all different flaps, slats, ailerons and stuff. Again, same level of detail with all of these, which is quite cool to see that they're not sort of skimping somewhere. You know, they've got it absolutely everywhere you want it to be. 2 different versions of flaps as well, which is nice to see. You can either put one of these or the ones here, which sort of changes the position of them, which is kind of it's kind of cool that you've got the option to sort of have them up or down, but then it's either that position or it's that position. You know, it's not sort of like you push it in whatever position you want, but still, you know, you can't really grumble that much. No nasty ejector pin marks as well. Another bit of detail, we have a whole bunch of cockpit stuff just here with all sorts of panels and stuff, joysticks, brakes, seats, all sorts of display like panels and levers and stuff to go on the side. So we've got pretty good detail there. We have got a fair few ejector pin marks with this, which is kind of sad to see. I mean, this kit has really been really good standard, and then on the cockpit area, I mean, we've got ejector pin mark. I can show you here, 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 here. Same on this one. Even this panel over here, I mean, we've got ejector pin mark, ejector pin mark. They are very shallow, very light. They're not so noticeable, but there's still a lot of ejector pin marks in a lot of detailed areas. So, you know, if you were someone who couldn't live with that, you would have a lot of work to sort of sort that out. We've got ejector pin marks on the bottom of our cockpit area. Yeah, this last sprue has sort of knocked the kit back a bit. It's still workable. I'm going to say they are really shallow and light. I mean, they are sort of, you can sort of see them on camera actually quite clearly. Yeah, it's a little bit of a shame. You can get rid of them. I mean, then I suppose there's not much detail around them. I feel, looking at it, yeah, I think you should be all right actually. I mean, you know, they are in places where you could probably just give them a light little sanding or a little scraping with, say, a blade or something. We've got one just here. We could probably just scrape that off. And that, yeah, that's now gone and fine. So actually, maybe not that bad. I mean, if there were really bad ejector pin marks, that would be quite nasty. We've got our instrument display panel, our main panel just here, which has got detail on there, which is quite cool to see. And with the decals as well, it should actually make that look like a really nice instrument display panel just there, which then brings us to Airfix's dreaded canopies and stuff. Have they messed it up like they sometimes do? So looking at our first canopy, which has come off of the sprue, it actually looks spot on, crystal clear, no cobweb effects. Looking at the rest, it's looking like we've got the same sort of quality. I'm not seeing any nasty cobweb effects. So yeah, they've nailed that one, which is good to see, because sometimes that can be a bit hit and miss. So overall, I'm seeing some improvements with Airfix's actual molds and stuff. Plenty of detail, plenty of options. It costs about RRP £28, which actually is not a lot for what is, you know, it's a bit of a bigger than average World War II fighter. There's all the detail with the whole engine section. You've got loads of different options with things that can be in different positions and stuff. There is a lot of detail in the cockpit area as well. You've got the weapons and everything, you know, and you've got your decals, which are made by Cartograph, so you can't really grumble with them. Should follow the instructions really well. It's definitely a big thumbs up. I really like the surface detail on this aircraft, and it should be a nice one to build. So hopefully you've enjoyed this inbox review here at Genesis Models. So until next time, I hope you've enjoyed. We'll be right back.